Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I'm gonna present you the topic switch statement, how to use switch statement in programming language. So in this lecture, the table of content we are going to cover is switch case, the main reason why we use the switch statement, the programs related to switch case, flowchart of switch case, creating menus, break, why we use break, syntax, switch examples, switch default, and uses of switch case. And at the end, you will write the summary of this lecture. So let's start this lecture. What is switch case? In programming, a switch case, select or inspect statement is a type of selection control mechanism that exists in most imperative programming languages such as Pascal, Ada, C, C++, Java, and so on. It is also included in several other types of languages. Its purpose is to allow the value of variable or expression to control the flow of program execution via a multi-way program or go to one of the several labels. Switch case statement. The switch case statement is a multi-way decision statement. Unlike the multiple decision statement that can be created using if-else, the switch statement evaluates the conditional expressions and tests it against numerous constant values. Why we use switch? What is the reason behind using a switch case? The main reason why we use the switch case is to improve the clarity by reducing otherwise repetitive coding, and if the heuristics permit, it also offers the potential for faster execution through the faster, easier compiler optimization in many cases. What is the term heuristics? Heuristics are a flexibility technique for quick decisions, particularly when working with complex data. Program that is related to switch cases. The if-else statement. The if-else statement allows the programmer to make decisions within a program. If expression statement, where expression represents a relational equality or logical expression, conditional expression. The flowchart of switch case. Expression equal to constant 1, equal to constant 2, equals to constant 3. If the expressions equals to constant 1, then the code 1 will be executed. If the expressions equal to code constant 2, then the code block 2 will be executed. And if the expressions equals to constant 3, code block 3 will be executed. Otherwise, if no, then it will check all the 3 conditions and go to the default code, and the switch will terminate at the end. The next one is creating menus. When you want to give your user a choice on what to do next, you can display a set of choices, a menu. Just like menu displays in different restaurants, they make a list of the available dishes. Like you can similarly you can validate a choice to make a menu to allow the user for the choice of user, that the user then enters his or her choice. So you must validate the choice to make sure that it is valid before to continue the program. The user will enter his or her choice, and the program will execute according to the choice and requirements of the user. Okay, so here is a switch case syntax, in which you can see that the general syntax for a switch case is switch expression case 1, statement list 1, case 2, statement list 3, case 3, statement list 3. And here you can see that the switch and the case are reserved words. Reserved means they cannot be changed. The switch and the case are reserved words for this switch syntax. And if the expression matches value 3, control jumps to the statement 3. An output of this previous program is I am in case 2, I am in case 3, and I am in default. As I have not used the break statement in this switch syntax, so it is displaying all the three outputs simultaneously, like at a time. So include IOStream, that was a syntax on the backslides. Now you can see the program include IOStream using namespace std, main function, int initialization, switch statement, case 1, print I am in case 1, case 2, I am in case 2, case 3, and default. Here I have not used the break statement, so this program is displaying all the three outputs simultaneously. Next we have break. So break is always used when the switch statement to terminate the switch statement or to prevent the entry in other case. Suppose you want to display only one case at a time, so you will use a break statement after every case to break that statement. Okay, so the break statement can be used as the last statement in each case statement list. A break statement causes control to transfer to the end of the switch statement, and if a break statement is not used, the flow of the control will continue in the next case. So here is an example using a break statement in switch case. So initialization switch case 1, print I am in case 1, break I am in case 2. So after execution you can see the output in green, I am in case 2, when you will enter the expression for the case 2. So only the program execution is before the break statement, that is I am in case 2, and all the results are not giving output at a time because we have used as a break statement here. Now tips and traps we use. It is not compulsory to put cases in ascending order or we did above. We can place them in any order we want, that is case 11, print I am in case 1, break case 3. Like, it's not compulsory that you list the cases in ascending or descending order. You can enter them randomly. Case 2, then we have break statement, default, and this. So here is some examples of programs using switch statement. And enter 1 to find the grade of a student. This is a program that is displaying the grade of a student. Enter 2 to find the larger number. I have used the switch statement and it's displaying different programs, different data results. In the first you can see the grade of a student, in the second you can see the larger number from any of the number, in the third you can find even or odd number, and lastly you can find in the fourth water temperature. Okay, so here is the program. You can see include IOStream using namespace std. For grade I have used int grade. For larger number I have used int largen, and int as I am using the three values, the largest number amongst the three numbers, so I am using here int 3 times. For odd or even number, int even odd int. For water condition I am using int. Similarly main functions, initialization, then here cout grade, largen, cout even odd. It was the example of switch statement. Program to build a simple calculator using a switch statement. Include IOStream using namespace std, character operator, float number 1 and number 2. The two operands will be necessary for applying any arithmetic operators. As we have learned in the previous lecture from the arithmetic operators that we can apply arithmetic operators by using two operands. Here we are declaring two operands and then we are applying the arithmetic operators to form a simple calculator using the switch case statement. In case 1 plus, case 2 is minus, case 3 is multiply, case 4 is division, and default. Switch default. A switch default can have an optional default case. The default case has no associated value and simply use the reserved word default. It has no value. It has a reserved word like switch and case are the reserved words. Similarly, in switch case statement, the default word is reserved. It cannot be changed. If the default case is present, control will transfer to it if no other case value matches to the program. So if there is no default case and no other value matches, control falls to the statement after the switch. Here some are uses of the switch case. A nested if-else structure is just as efficient as a switch case. Like a switch case works as similar as nested if-else structure works. However, a switch case may be easier to read, and the nested if-else will make complexity in the program. Also, it is easier to add new cases to a switch case than the nested if-else statement. Switch case 1, case 2. Now we will read some disadvantages of switch over if-else. A float expression cannot be tested using a switch. Cases can never have variable expressions. For example, it is wrong to say case a plus 3 like switch case 2, switch in case 2 and then case 1 plus 1. We cannot write like this in switch statement. So it's a disadvantage of switch over if-else. In if-else we can write it as 1 plus 1. So multiple cases cannot use same expression, thus the following switch is illegal. Advantages of switch over if-else. The compilers generate a jump table for a switch during compilation. As a result, during the execution, it simply refers the jump table to decide which case should be executed, rather than actually checking all the conditions, which case is satisfied or not, and blah blah. The switch case statement simply form a jump table for execution. As against this, if-else are slower because they are evaluated at execution time. Next, we have summary. So guys, it was all about the switch case statement. We have learned the switch case statement, the uses of switch case statement, the advantages of switch case statement, disadvantages over if-else, advantages over if-else, how to use switch case statement, and some examples from the switch case statements. Now you guys have to write a summary in the comments below that what you have learned from this lecture. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.